The Three Heroes and the Wise Old Man. Once upon a time, nestled between towering mountains and lush green forests, there was a peaceful village. It was a place where laughter echoed and life flourished. In this village lived three heroes, who were highly respected and loved by all the villagers. They were the protectors of their home. The first hero was a young man named Mogio, meaning thunder. He was known for his immense strength, capable of moving large boulders with a single hand, and his great courage to face any danger head-on. He preferred to solve problems with his power, and never retreated from a battle. His weakness, however, was his impatience and a tendency to act impulsively. The second hero was a beautiful and gentle young woman named Lei Paye, or Gentle Breeze. She was quiet and intuitive. She was an expert archer whose arrows could hit even the smallest bird in mid-flight. She knew the secret paths of the forest and could always find a safe route, as well as identify medicinal herbs. Her weakness was a lack of self-confidence at times and an over-reliance on others. The third hero was an elderly man named Nhain That, or Calm, who was wise and patient. He was a master swordsman, able to fend off many enemies with a single swing of his blade. However, he disliked using force and was skilled in using wisdom to assess a situation. He was always calm and could make the right decisions in any difficult situation. His weakness was that he sometimes overthought things, causing him to be slow in making a decision. These three heroes were the village's protectors and faced every challenge together. Though their personalities were different, they complemented each other's weaknesses and combined their strengths. One day, a great sadness fell upon the village. The river, which had always flowed with life, suddenly dried up. The once green crops withered under the sun. The villagers were filled with anxiety. Children cried from thirst, and the elders were at a loss for what to do. The village's environment became lifeless and barren. The animals were exhausted from searching for water. The village had never experienced such a natural disaster. The three heroes were at a loss on how to solve this problem. Their strength, speed, and swordsmanship were useless against this kind of natural catastrophe. Their faces were clouded with worry. At that moment, they noticed a wise old man sitting under a large pine tree in the middle of the village. This old man had lived in the village for many years and was famous for his wisdom. His eyes were deep and calm, as if they had seen the secrets of the earth. The three heroes, feeling disheartened, approached the old man and explained their problem. "Wise elder," Mogio said, his voice drained of power. "Our river has dried up and we don't know what to do. Our skills are useless for this. The villagers are suffering." The wise old man closed his eyes and was silent for a moment, as if contemplating the mysteries of the universe. Then he opened his eyes and spoke in a profound voice. "My sons, to solve this problem, you must go to the secret lake at the top of the mountain. The lake goddess resides there, and you must ask for her help. But the path will not be easy. There will be many difficulties and obstacles. Besides your strength, wisdom, and speed, you will need unity and a strong spirit. Only by overcoming your weaknesses along the way will you succeed." The three heroes listened to the old man's words and decided to embark on the journey. They knew that the fate of the village rested on their shoulders. Before they left, the old man gave them an ancient map. The map was worn, but it detailed the path to the secret lake, filled with ancient symbols and secret scripts. First, they had to cross the mystical magic forest. In this forest, the trees mysteriously moved, and the paths changed constantly. Venomous snakes hid in the trees, ready to strike. There were also magical flowers in the forest, and anyone who inhaled their scent could get lost and fall into a trap. Mogio used his strength to move the giant, obstructing trees, and led the way. But the scent of the magical flowers nearly caused him to lose his way. Lei Paye used her speed and archery skills to shoot down the magical flowers from a distance, clearing the path. She was also able to avoid the poisonous scents and find the forest's secret paths. Nyain Vet, meanwhile, carefully studied the map given by the old man and led them on the correct path. He observed the movement of the trees and calculated the right way to go. The three of them worked together and overcame this first obstacle. Lei Pie helped Mogyo calm his impulsive nature, and Mogyo encouraged Lei Pie when her self-confidence wavered. Lei Pie's speed complemented Nyain. That's slow decision-making. After crossing the forest, they came to a dark, secret cave. The cave had no light, and strange sounds echoed in the air. Every step they took had to be cautious, as there were deep chasms and poisonous spiders. Legends also spoke of a giant flying dragon guarding the cave. As they entered the cave, they were met with a cold gust of wind and a terrifying roar. Nyandat noticed that the old man's map contained secret scripts on how to avoid the flying dragon. However, the map was old, and the letters were unclear. Moegyo used his strength to smash the rocks on the dark cave walls to create light, but the sound of his actions made the dragon even more alert. Lei Paye, with her ability to hit targets with little light, aimed for the dragon's weakness, its eyes, with her arrows. However, she was filled with fear because of the dragon's massive size. Nyain Vet, looking at the map, led them on the right path. He observed the dragon's movements and calculated how to avoid it. Overcoming their fear, they faced the challenge with unity. The flying dragon, overwhelmed by their combined attack, finally gave up and flew back into the darkest part of the cave. After passing through the cave, they arrived at a sheer, steep cliff. Climbing the cliff was not easy because it was smooth and high. Strong winds also blew on the mountain, and there was a danger of falling rocks. Legends said that a mysterious tower stood at the top, guarded by a Dragon King. As they began their ascent, they faced tornadoes created by the Dragon King's spells. Moegyo used his strength to tie ropes and create a path to climb, but the strong winds exhausted him. Lei Paye used her speed to avoid the strong winds and held onto the ropes tightly. She could also slightly delay the Dragon King's spells with her mental power. Nyain Vet, meanwhile, assessed the wind speed and the possibility of falling rocks, calculating the safest way to climb. He also observed the Dragon King's movements to find its weakness. Finally, the three of them came face to face with the Dragon King. Mogyo tried to attack the Dragon King with his strength, but the dragon's scales were too hard. Lei Paye tried to shoot arrows at the Dragon King's weak points, but the dragon was too fast. At that moment, Nyandat used his wisdom. He realized that the Dragon King's spells were connected to light. He told Mogyo to focus his full strength and cast a beam of light directly into the Dragon King's eyes. Though surprised, Mogyo trusted Nyandat and shot a powerful beam of light into the dragon's eyes. When the dragon's spells were suddenly hit by the light, they broke, and the Dragon King weakened. At that moment, Lei Paye used her arrows to hit the dragon's weak points precisely. The Dragon King was finally defeated, and the path to the secret lake at the top of the mountain was clear. After defeating the Dragon King, the three heroes reached the secret lake on the mountaintop. The lake was filled with glowing blue water, and in the middle, a large lotus flower bloomed. On the lotus flower sat a beautiful and serene lake goddess. Her skin was fair, and her hair was golden. Her eyes seemed to hold the wisdom of the entire universe. The three heroes knelt on the ground before the goddess and explained their purpose. They told her about the village's plight and asked for her help. They also confessed the difficulties they faced on their journey. Mogyo admitted how his impatience put them in danger. Lei Pie confessed her fear from her lack of self-confidence, and Nyandat admitted his hesitation from overthinking. The goddess was pleased by their honesty, their strong spirit, their love for the village, and the unity they displayed in overcoming the challenges. She used her magic to make the lake water flow into the river. Slowly, the river swelled and flowed back toward the village. Soon, the river was full of water again, and the crops began to revive. The thirsty children could drink water happily again. The three heroes returned to the village with joy. The villagers cheered and thanked them. They went to the wise old man and told him about their journey and the help from the lake goddess. They described in detail the difficulties and the lessons they learned. The wise old man smiled and said, "My sons, you have proven that when your strength, speed, and wisdom are combined, you can overcome any difficulty. This is the greatest lesson for you. A single person can never do everything alone, but with unity and cooperation, you can achieve what seems impossible. You are not only the heroes of the village, but also a symbol of unity. You have overcome your weaknesses and become true heroes." And so, peace and prosperity returned to the village, and the story of the three heroes and the wise old man lived on for generations. This story became a precious landmark in the village's history, and the villagers never forgot their heroes or the wisdom of the old man.